Another day begins indeed. I'm curious what series is next after this one. Most likely gonna be Ghost Trick. Most likely. Yeah. I'm very excited for it. Hello everyone, welcome on in. We're back with Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, where the titles might come true today if things go how I think they were going to go by the end of the last stream. Oh my gosh. I was so upset. I was too ill to stream yesterday because all I could think about was this game. I was like, no, of course I leave myself off on a crazy cliffhanger like that, and then I get ill the next day to actually continue. But we're back. And we're doing it. I'm very excited. The end, it's approaching. Oop, hope you're feeling better. I am, thank you. Chapter 8 complete. We're on chapter 9. I think we're back in the courtroom from that little intro we watched. Okay, I was like, who's saying this? I'm gonna guess Maya. This feels like Maya.
Okay, so we solved that crazy puzzle up in the bell tower, and guess who we found? Give up? It was Kira! Now, I'm no Professor Layton, but if she was there during the whole incident, then she's gotta have some connection, right?
Some connection, sure, yeah.
That's why me and Nick investigated the scene of the crime from top to bottom.
I knew it was you, Maya. I know how you speak. Chapter 9. The Last Inquisitor. Ooh, channeling Maya. This the outside courtroom is still so cool. Court is now once again in session. So, what do we think was up with Kira? Was she a decoy? Was she told to go there by the Great Witch? Because I'm feeling she's not the Great Witch. Kira, the flower girl supposedly burned for witchcraft, amnesiac, was hiding in the belfry. Guess we'll have to see. However, I must say I am quite surprised at this recent turn of events. Yeah. Oh, Your Honor, just wait till you find out that all of the witches you tried to burn are all alive. This is when Maya rips off her helmet. I'm also alive. To see Miss Kira at the witness stand once again. Frankly, I cannot believe my eyes. Witches don't burn that easily, I guess. You were most certainly sent to the flames as a witch. Yeah, we know, we saw. We were all there, actually. That's right. I was there. I saw it. She most certainly was. But then how is she still alive? Is it because she's a witch? Can witches not die? Yeah, like, they don't know. They just assume that witches could burn. What if witches are fireproof? You know? No, she must have used a mirror and vanished just in time. She was in a... Brother. 1, she didn't have her staff. 2, she was in like a cage thing that was locked. I say, send her straight to the fire. Oh. We'll do it ourselves if we have to. Uh-oh. Enough. A witch must be in possession of a Talia Magica in order to use magic. Thank you, Darklaw. Thank you. But unless they're a great witch, then they can do whatever they want. Maybe she's the great witch. You know? If I was the people in the audience, I'd actually be like, well then she's obviously the great witch and stuff. Let's kill her anyway. I hate to disappoint you all, but do you see such a thing on her person? I think not. Unless she were the Great Witch. Which, I know she's probably not. I think we know who the Great Witch probably is. Probably. But she must have. That girl must have used a mirror. Surely you can see that, High Inquisitor. And you're a stupid idiot. Demir is a spell able to make someone disappear from sight. It cannot make one vanish entirely. And besides... yeah, the rules of witchcraft are pretty unfair. Burn her. If she doesn't burn, she's a witch. If she doesn't, well, better safe than sorry. An investigation conducted by the Knights of the Inquisition has concluded that this girl is not capable of using magic. What? Listen well, Miss Kira. Your existence alone jeopardizes the very peace of Labyrinthia. Yet, given the current situation, it is now imperative that you testify to this court regarding what you saw immediately. Objection! That will not be necessary. Girl? I think it's pretty necessary. What? This girl has already been convicted and tried as a witch in a previous trial. What good could come of her testimony? Well, she's not being tried again! She's a witness! Double jeopardy, Your Honor! We cannot convict her again! Objection! But she was found hiding at the crime scene. I'd say that makes her a very important witness. A witness whose testimony we cannot choose to ignore. We've made it to the fireworks factory? High Inquisitor Darklaw. I'm afraid your objection is overruled. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, Your Honor. Double the jeopardy, double the fun. You wish to proceed, then? Very well. Let us see just how much of her story this girl is willing to tell the court, shall we? There's no doubt about it. Miss Kara must have escaped through the passage leading under the Chamber of Fire. Although, from the looks of it, the judge doesn't have a clue that escape route even exists.
I wish he'd hurry up and get the hint. I'm dying to take this helmet off already. The top of my head really itches.
Sorry, Maya. Take that thing off now and we're as good as done. Just hang in there a little while longer. Yeah? Alright. Aww. Very well. Witness, you may begin your testimony. Explain to the court how you are standing here in court today and why you are hiding at the crime scene. I care less about the first point and more about the second point. Kira.
Kira?
My role and identity.
I am not familiar with this Kira you keep talking about. I came from the Eldritch Woods. I came to this town to summon forth the fire dragon and kill the storyteller.
Okay, she's possessed too. Is that her role? Is that the role that the quote-unquote Great Witch gave her? Alright, your role, go summon the fire dragon and kill the storyteller and hide up in the belfry.
Yes, Great Witch. Anything you say. As it rained, I waited near the bell tower next to the vigilantes for my chance. I was only there to carry out my orders. I don't know anything else outside of that.
Cool. Anyway, a spell is innocent. Let's go home. Let's burn Kira again. You came here to kill the storyteller? Who would do such a thing?
Yes, that was my task.
Yeah, I figured.
Objection!
Shut up!
Keep in mind, this girl was not the one who summoned the fire dragon in the end. That was the accused.
Proof? Proof? I'd make a joke about her VA, but it's spoilers. Ooh, not for this. Oh. Where's your proof, High Inquisitor Darklaw?
As I warned you earlier, there is nothing to be gained from this witch's testimony.
Objection!
Now, hold on. She was still present at the scene of the crime with the intent to murder the storyteller. The defense insists we be permitted to continue with our cross-examination on those grounds. Darkla is really trying to weasel her way out of this cross-examination. That means there has to be something there. Who gave you the order? Who gave you the order, Kira? Who gave you the task? Who's the Great Witch? I must admit, I too am extremely interested in hearing what this witness has to say. Defender, you may begin your interrogation. For sure, Your Honor. Alright, sure. Oh, actually, I do want to press this.
Hold it.
Did you just say fire dragon?
Yes, it was all a part of my orders. I was told to come here this evening and wait for the right moment when the storyteller would appear before the people. Only then was I supposed to shout out the incantation as loudly as possible. Oh, great beast from the inferno, heed my call. Grand worm.
She did it! Like, what grounds does Darklaw have? Like, she's like more explicit about it than Espella's being possessed was. I believe this bears repeating. This girl does not possess a scepter. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It is impossible for her to summon any sort of magical dragon. That's a fair argument, Darklaw, thank you. I forgot about that. Well, not if she was the Great Witch. Hold on. Not if she was the Great Witch. Oh, yes. Quite right, High Inquisitor. Why are you hiding underneath the bench, Your Honor? Yes, well, it is as I thought then. She could not have cast the spell. I guess she didn't really need to cast it, she just had to say it. The spell could have been cast from somewhere else. I believe I have made it perfectly clear. This girl is not the Great Witch Bezella. Naturally, the Great Witch is Espella Cantabella. That girl there, Espella Cantabella. There can be no other. Okay, let's make Espella say it. Yes, in case of fire, hide under big chunk of firewood. I was only there to care. I don't know anything else outside of that. Okay, who gave you the orders? Miss Kira, who exactly gave you your orders? Thank you. I was hoping that's what he would ask.
I cannot say.
The Great Witch. And why is that?
I am not to disclose the identity of the one who has given me my orders. That, in itself, is an order.
How convenient.
I am only supposed to carry out my orders, nothing more. I do not know anything else, and besides, there is nothing more that I can really do.
Nothing more she can do? But, hold on just a minute. Surely you are capable of using magic. You are a witch, are you not? No, you just burned an innocent woman. I didn't even kill those guys.
I am not a witch.
How did those two guys in the forest die? What did you just say?
I cannot use magic.
She can't use magic? That's a lie. How indeed. This girl is a witch. Every person in this courtroom knows that as a matter of fact. There can be nary a doubt. Girl, you saying you got quote-unquote burned for no reason? Doesn't look like there's much to work with. Even though she just finished explaining everything, I still don't fully understand.
Oh man, Nick, you don't think this Kira is actually some sort of crazy magical zombie, do you?
Maya, you went through the same thing as Kira. Did you become a magical zombie?
Oh yeah, I guess not, huh?
Luke and I couldn't believe it was Kira when we ran into her in the marketplace. I mean, we thought for sure she was a goner back at the trial.
I don't think I'm far off, though. This Kira is way different than the old Kira.
Yeah, she's clearly under something.
Looks like she doesn't remember a thing. She's almost like another person entirely.
But what if that's just it, Maya? Oh! What if the Kira right here, right now, is the real Kira, and the old Kira wasn't? Oh! I didn't even think about that! Interesting. Interesting. No, Maya is a zombie.
The real Kira, huh?
Yeah, and that's why I think I'm bound to find something useful in her testimony. Interesting.
We can do this, Nick. I hope you're ready to slam on some desks, because we're gonna do some serious pressing here. Okay, I'll keep pressing.
I'm not familiar with this Kira you keep talking about. It came from Eldritch Woods.
Hold it!
You say you're not familiar with the name Kira?
Yes. I've never heard it before.
But I say, that is your name, young lady. Honestly, what witchery is this?
I have no name. I am simply a resident of the Eldritch Woods. Nothing more.
Eldritch Woods. The very same woods said to house the souls of the witches sent to the flames? Are you telling me they really exist?
No matter how you look at her, the Kira up on that witness stand doesn't look like much of a soul to me.
The girl has lost all memory of ever being a flower seller. That is all. If that's the case, then I wonder if she even remembers our run-in back at the marketplace. Say, Miss Kira, do you happen to remember me at all?
No, I do not know you. I first saw you just now at the bell tower.
Oh, she doesn't even remember the run-in in the marketplace. Interesting. Came to this town. We already pressed that. Press this one. Hold it right there, Miss Kira. You snuck right past the vigilantes? How? Oh yeah, how? If she doesn't have magic, how'd she do it? Oh, shoot. I was busy whining. What did she say? Hold on, I'm watching the replay.
Yes, that's right. My orders at that time were to...
The girl is a witch. Okay, wait, hold on. First she's not a witch, and now she is a witch? Make up your mind, woman. Ooh. Therefore, something as simple as vanishing from sight is child's play. Isn't that right, witness? Your Honor, the Inquisitor's nuts. Your Honor! The Inquisitor keeps contradicting herself. She doesn't have magic. She's a witch. She couldn't vanish. She could vanish. Like, girl. Keep your story straight. Like, it was 5 seconds ago.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, Miss Darklaw. With what staff? With what staff? I've remembered now. Just a few days ago, this girl used that very vanishing spell. Demure, if memory serves. Okay, where's her staff? We just had this argument. Well, what are you gawking at, witness? Continue with your testimony. No! Objection! Objection! What was that just now? I could have sworn I just saw Kira's face turn even paler than normal. Wait a second. There's something not right about this testimony. No, there isn't. It's just a hunch, but what should I do? Press further, obviously. Miss Kira, I have one simple question for you. Are you a witch? You stated earlier in your testimony that you snuck past the vigilantes guarding the bell tower and went right inside. Tell me, did you use the spell Demir to get by them? That must certainly be the case. Your Honor, please do not speak for the witness. Your Honor, please let the witness answer the question. Had she not, she would surely have been spotted.
Objection!
Your Honor, shut up. But remember what she let slip just a moment or two ago? She denied being a witch and stated she cannot use magic. Therefore, if that's true, then you, Miss Kira, would not have been able to use Demir at all.
Objection!
What a ridiculous argument. How else would this girl have been able to walk right into the bell tower unnoticed by the gods? Explain that. I don't know. How?
Objection!
I have a better idea. How about we have the witness herself explain it to you? What do you say, Miss Kira? Also, because it's been a bit since I made the joke, dark law, where ends meet.
I am not a witch.
Okay. Then stick with that.
And I cannot use magic.
So then, exactly how were you able to ascend the bell tower without being noticed? Witness, amend your testimony this instant.
Okay.
What's going on? There's gotta be another way she got into the bell tower unseen. But other than magic, I have no idea what that could be.
I was wearing the robe of invisibility, so no one was able to see me there.
This one?
Hold it!
Wait just a second. Did you just say robe of invisibility?
Yes, that is correct.
A robe of invisibility? Surely you don't mean a robe that can make one vanish from sight when worn?
Yes, that is correct.
Thanks for explaining the term invisibility, Your Honor. Whoa! Miss Kira, do you have that robe on you right now?
I don't have it.
Okay, it's definitely this one. Huh?
That is... I dropped it back at the bell tower.
Oh, yeah. What the heck was that? Why was Kira looking over at Darklaw when she spoke just now? It's almost like Darklaw's kind of suspicious, huh? Are you listening to this farce, my lord? Surely you did not give any credence to this witness's testimony. Especially to this preposterous notion of a robe of invisibility. In this world of magic, that's ridiculous. Indeed, I must say, witness, that is quite an unbelievable story.
Objection!
Your Honor, witches are real. A man was turned to gold the other day. I don't think it's that crazy, Your Honor. What? If something like magic can exist, the chances of a robe of invisibility being real are pretty high, wouldn't you say? Yeah. It's only a farce because it is inconvenient to you.
Objection!
If such is the case, then how about you put your evidence where your mouth is? Prove that this robe of invisibility exists. Sure. Prove it? What say you, defender? Can you prove to the court that the robe of invisibility does in fact exist? Yeah, sure. Yes, Your Honor. The defense believes it has the evidence to prove the robe's existence. Why am I not surprised? A ridiculous defender only begets ridiculous arguments. I've got to admit, an invisible rope does sound pretty far-fetched, even for Labyrinthia, does it? But if there's even the slightest possibility this evidence is right, then I've got to try it. What else would you present here? Like, it's obvious. Very well, defender. Please show the court this evidence. Show us the piece of evidence that proves the existence of this robe.
Take that!
I have the robe. There was, in fact, a robe dropped and left at the crime scene tonight. A robe? What is that? Miss Kira, that robe of invisibility that you mentioned earlier wouldn't happen to be this one right here, would it?
Why does it have flower on it now?
Objection!
How ludicrous. Are you trying to tell the court that that is the robe of invisibility?
I can clearly see it! If it's really a robe of invisibility, then how is it we can see it right now? Dirty white spots and all. One. It was flour dropped on it. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Was it that robe that they said, wait, when did that get here or something? When they were doing the investigation? Oh, I'm trying to remember. That they didn't notice until the flour was stuck on it? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. The line from Liar Liar is applicable here. I object. On what grounds? Because it is devastating to my case. Well, she's kind of got a point there. Wouldn't be much of an invisible robe if it was invisible all the time.
Oh, hey, what if the robe actually disappears when you wear it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Maya. I don't know why she didn't think that.
Give it here, Nick. Watch and wonder as Maya the Magnificent
Disappears before your very eyes. Is it not gonna work because it has flowers stuck on it? Cute.
So, are you amazed yet?
You look amazing, Maya. I can't even see you. Yeah, I'm amazed at how totally ridiculous you look in that.
Hey, what gives? This thing must be busted or something. I didn't disappear at all.
Well, that's not it. Mia Fey, you're here! Safari! No. Who said no?
No. Tonight, at the bell tower, I was wearing that robe.
What did you say? Order! I said order! But how is it possible? The robe did not disappear at all just now.
I don't know.
I didn't make the thing.
That's because of the white powder on it. It's usually not that dirty.
Yeah. Oh, you mean these spots here? Please don't tell me.
Oh yeah, Patty totally unloaded an entire bag of flour onto those knights, remember?
Not to mention it was still raining when we were up there. The flour must have gotten nice and wet, so it stained the robe. Maya just having Luke at me on the brain the entire game is the funniest thing. That man really, like, impacted her. Say, what if we try washing the flour off? What? There is a small water fountain at the edge of the square. Head there right now and wash the robe so that we can get to the bottom of this. Quickly now. Okay.
Alright, this shouldn't be too hard. Take notes, Nick. This is how you do the laundry.
Well, he's not using the phrase anymore. Anyone can use it.
See, all you gotta do is throw the robe into the water like so.
Where'd it go? It's gone!
Wait, what?
So, do you see anything, Maya?
That's just it. I don't see a thing. It's disappeared.
Gasp! Okay. What? I frantically took a close look at the water in the fountain, but the robe had actually vanished without a trace. Right there inside the fountain. Okay, now feel around for it! Idiots, it's an invisibility robe. What'd you think was gonna happen? Why'd she let go of it? It's gone! Well, I guess we'll never know if it could turn invisible. It disappeared. Defender, did you lose the invisibility robe? What is the meaning of this? How could you have lost such a vital piece of evidence? Your Honor, it wasn't on purpose. Trust me, I wish I knew how it happened. I can't believe it. The robe actually disappeared from sight.
I don't quite know what you're talking about. I can still see the robe just fine.
Huh?
Look, it's right there, see?
No, Miss Kira, I really don't see, because there's nothing to see. You all are idiots with short-term memory loss.
So, is that how it works? Putting the robe on makes you disappear completely from sight. But from the looks of it, only Kira is able to actually see the robe itself. It is not just me. It's all inhabitants of the Eldritch Woods. All of us can see the robe.
Really? Interesting. So, I have a feeling that fact is going to come up later. To find out some inhabitants of the Eldritch Woods who are like, yeah, the robe, that robe right there. That robe. The Eldritch Woods.
Our village lies deep within the recesses of the forest, in a world much different from this one. That's where I live. As long as we obey the law of the land, we are allowed to live there.
I knew it. There's definitely something different about Kira compared to the rest of the townspeople here. You think? For the time being. Seeing as only the witness can see the robe, we will cover it in flour again for the sake of visibility. Okay. Makes its wearer invisible, worn by inhabitants of the Eldritch Woods, visible only to them. But there's still one tiny thing bothering me. Miss Kira, your robe was found on the middle floor of the bell tower, the same floor where we found my client. However, you were hiding on the uppermost level of the bell tower. You testified a little while ago that you dropped your robe, but... Was there two robes? Was there two? Was there a third person on the scene? I have to wonder, what exactly were you doing there on that top floor? It would seem there is still much we must ask this witness. What say you, High Inquisitor Darklaw? She's having a crisis. 'Tis the Inquisition's duty to follow my lord's decision on such matters. I have no objections. Okay. Very well. Witness, you are hereby ordered to continue with your testimony. Tell us what happened between your sneaking up to the top floor of the bell tower and tonight's most terrible crime.
Yes, okay. I was waiting on the middle floor of the tower. I started to turn around, but I was too late.
Hey, hello.
They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do.
Thank you for the hydrate and posture check. My arm was restrained and the attacker covered my mouth. Oh my god. Kira.
As I struggled to get away, I think I managed to pull something off of my attacker.
The pendant? This pendant that's broken? How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you?
That's when I lost consciousness. I woke up to find myself next to the bell on the top floor of the tower.
Interesting. I'm doing okay. Alright. That's good. Witness, are you saying someone attacked you while you were in the bell tower?
Yes, that is correct.
But who?
I don't know. They attacked me from behind, so I couldn't see who it was.
They attacked you from behind, but you were able to rip something from them? So you were unconscious the entire time after that?
That's why I wasn't able to complete my mission.
I will lurk now to play some Minecraft. Bye! Thank you for the lurk!
But even if I hadn't been unconscious, I couldn't have done anything trapped high up in the belfry like that.
I wonder if that weird contraption we found there was used to move Kira up to the belfry. At least I can't see any other way she could have got up there. You heard the witness. She was locked up in the belfry of the tower. In other words, she couldn't have had anything to do with tonight's events. You're making a lot of assumptions, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Therefore, there was no need for this utterly useless interrogation.
Objection!
Not so fast! The witness also testified that someone attacked her tonight. Defender, are you implying that this attacker could have been Bazella? I think so. Oh, I cannot say for certain, Your Honor, but there's a good chance. Regardless, the defense requests we be allowed to cross-examine this witness. Request granted. Now then, defender, you may begin your interrogation. And here's where the fun begins. Let's see if we can coax this mysterious second witch out of hiding. Okay, I think I know. I managed to pull something off of my attacker. This pendant, perhaps? That was torn, I'm guessing? I don't know what the black stains are still.
Objection!
Boom, easy. Miss Kira, you stated that you felt yourself snap something off of your attacker. Would that thing by any chance be this right here?
Oh. That's it. I recognize that shape. That was the object I grabbed.
What did you say? But that's the accused's pendant, is it not? No, this is the second one. Not quite, Your Honor. There are actually two pendants like this. The one you see here is the counterpart to Miss Cantabella's pendant.
Now that you mention it, I remember. The necklace was actually very tough. It really didn't rip right off so easily. So I struggled against it, tugging and pulling at it for a bit. And I must have scratched their neck in the process. Did you now? Your Honor, I would like to examine both Espella and Darklaw's necks, please. Thank you. Wait a second. You mean you scratched your attacker's neck? I think so, but I don't know for sure. Nick, in that case, that means the dark stuff on the neck could be... Yeah. Oh! It could be the attacker's blood. Oh my god. Blood stains can be seen on the strap. Oh my god. What? As the court can clearly see, there are still traces of blood left on the necklace itself. However, take one good look at my client and you'll notice there are no visible scars or cuts of any kind around her neck. Ergo, there is no way Miss Cantabella could be Miss Kira's attacker.
Objection!
Darklaw? Hey! Hey, buddy, can we see your neck? Can we see your neck that's covered? Nice try, Defender. But I must stop you right there. Huh? Have you already forgotten what I told you? The Great Witch can use any spell in existence. What is she using, like a glamour spell? She could have easily healed any such wound in the blink of an eye. Or that. Invasion of privacy. Ugh. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I already miss Inquisitor Bardo.
Man, we really can't catch a break on this one, huh, Nick?
Let us resume the interrogation. Witness, continue your testimony. Oh, okay. Well, let's go back to the beginning.
Hold it!
So you weren't able to catch even a glimpse of your attacker? Is that right, Miss Kira?
Yes, that's right. Not even a teeny bit. They attacked me from behind, after all.
Did I just hear that correctly? Sounds like she hesitated at answering. Yeah. Because how did she get the pendant off if she was attacked from behind? She would have had to, like, reach around, and that just don't make sense. By the way, may I ask why you turned around, Miss Kira?
What do you mean?
Well, it's just that you said you suddenly tried to turn around. Something must have really grabbed your attention to try to make you turn around so suddenly.
I don't remember. I do think I heard a sound come from behind me.
You're saying that you heard something, that's what made you turn around.
Yes. But I don't have any recollection of what exactly that was. They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do. My arm was restrained, and the attacker covered my mouth.
Your arm was restrained.
Hold it!
Was the person male or female, or are you not sure?
I don't remember much. But I do know the person easily overpowered me. I remember they grabbed my left wrist. I tried to scream, but they quickly covered my mouth before I had a chance. I desperately tried to break their hold, but it was no good.
It sounds like the attacker managed to restrict her movements from behind. Still, saying that, there's definitely something not right here. Something about her testimony just doesn't add up. How did she get the pendant off?
Yeah, something about it is a tiny bit different from what we've heard so far. I think it'd be a good idea to check the court record again, Nick.
That's blood stains.
Objection!
Okay. Miss Kira, there's something a little strange about your testimony just now. Wouldn't you say?
Huh?
You stated that you were attacked from behind and the attacker grabbed you by the wrist, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Assuming that was in fact the case, then I'd say no matter how much you struggled, there's no way you'd be able to yank off this pendant, don't you think? That's what I've been saying. The strap on this pendant is too short. There's no way you could have reached behind you and managed to pull it off. Sure. But that is a good point. Miss Kira, the only way you would have been able to yank this pendant off your attacker is if they were standing directly in front of you.
No!
So she saw them. Order, order, I say. Witness, is this true?
Objection!
Bendy arms. The witness was the victim of a physical attack. It's only natural that she'd be a bit confused on some of the details.
Objection!
Double jointed. Hi, Inquisitor. I wouldn't exactly call mistaking the location of your attacker. being a bit confused. I'd call it more of a barefaced lie. Well now, Defender, I see you are as pathetically short-sighted as ever. Your argument is only valid assuming that this girl here actually saw her attacker. If she was not able to see this person, I'd say it'd make no difference where they were standing. I'd say it does. For a reason. She definitely lied about it for a reason. That means the attacker was also wearing one of these robes? But then she could see them. That is impossible, my lord, as the witness already stated earlier. Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see these robes. Yeah. In short, the attacker must have been a witch and must have disappeared from sight with the use of magic. Or... I guess. You must mean the great witch Bazella. There is one more thing proving the attacker to be a witch. And just what might that be? The witness has stated that she lost consciousness. If you take a look in the Grand Grimoire, you will notice a spell named Fainful. Witness, allow me to ask you, we're getting another spell? Did you hear the incantation of this spell?
Now that you mention it, I do remember hearing something like that.
How convenient. Say what? And here it is. Fainful causes those who hear the incantation to lose all consciousness. Interesting. We must not forget, the Great Witch can use any and all magic at will. Instant sleep spell. Alright. I want to read it. Causes those who hear the incantation to lose all consciousness. Its effect takes hold the second the incantation is heard. Okay, so if they hear anything else after that, like if they like, oh, I heard the incantation and then I stumbled a bit and then I lost consciousness. If she says something like that, then this spell wasn't used. Witness, amend your testimony to reflect this important piece of information. Yes, please.
Yes, right away.
Oh boy, I can't believe she managed to get out of that one. But still, I'm not about to give up just yet. Also, why would they, if they could just, okay, so if this witch could just straight up use the spell Faithful, right? Just straight up use the spell, what's the point of attacking Kira? What's the point? Why not just say the spell and knock her unconscious? Why put up the whole, like, attack her and then say the spell? What's the point? But still, I'm not about to give up just yet. I'll keep on going until we finally get to the bottom of who this attacker really is. Now then, let us continue with the interrogation. Why indeed?
I heard the incantation for Fainful, and before I could even turn around, I was suddenly attacked.
Oh, you heard it and then you were attacked? No. No, Kira. No. Not happening.
Objection.
Miss Kira, I have watched you at that witness stand this entire trial. Desperately trying to keep something hidden from the rest of the court. I wonder if you're familiar with the saying, a lie begets more lies. It means multiple lies are bound to unravel and leave your story with more holes than Swiss cheese. Shut down this nonsense. Get to the point, Defender. According to the Grand Grimoire, Fainful causes a person to lose all consciousness. It's written here in black and white. Its effect takes hold the second the incantation is heard.
Oh.
Miss Kira, you testified as follows. You heard the incantation for Fainful and immediately became aware of the presence of your attacker. You then put up a fight. But if you really did hear that incantation, there's no way you would have been able to yank that pendant from your assailant. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? The meaning is that Miss Kira didn't actually hear the incantation like she claims she did. But then why? Why on earth was this girl unconscious? More human means? Kira was definitely knocked out by whoever attacked her, and when she woke up, she found herself up on the top floor of the bell tower. It's possible Miss Kira was rendered unconscious by some kind of sleeping spell? No, no. Something other than magic, another witch. No, something other than magic. The answer here is obvious. Something other than magic must have knocked her out.
Objection!
And what, may I ask, makes you so certain of that? Is it not possible that another spell could have been used?
Objection!
That's just not possible. You of all people should know that. What? Miss Kira's claim that she heard someone say the incantation is completely false. Even so, that wouldn't be too much of a problem if she actually had heard an incantation. That's right. However, going by her testimony, that can't have been the case. The only spell capable of making someone lose consciousness is Baneful. Isn't that right, High Inquisitor Darklaw? Defender, are you claiming there is another way beside magic that could have been used to render Miss Kira unconscious? Yeah, we're actually quite familiar. There's only one other thing that crossed my mind. Speaking, of course, about sleeping medicine. Oh. I mean, sure, I guess that's one way. Sleeping medicine? Yeah, they put it in her steak. And then stole her steel samurai costume. If you remember, Miss Kira stated that the attacker covered her mouth before she could scream. Ah, I see. Darklaw, behold, the grimoire number 2. In doing that, the attacker was able to administer a potent sleep medicine, thus putting Miss Kira out like a light. Indeed. That does make sense. Therefore, Your Honor, the attacker did not necessarily have to be Bazella. Could have been anyone. Could have been me. I mean, why would an all-powerful being capable of commanding any and all magic need to resort to drugging someone? Second stream in a row with a 1-3 reference.
Objection!
Hold it right there, Defender. They managed to sneak past the guards and make their way up into the bell tower. Clearly, they must have used magic to appear invisible.
Objection!
You don't need magic to make yourself disappear, High Inquisitor. Special robe. Throw this on and getting past those guards at the tower is a piece of cake. Excuse me, does this rag smell like chloroform? the robe of invisibility? But despite all that, there's still one glaring problem. Miss Kira?
Yes.
You admitted to the court earlier that you were attacked from the front, correct? If that's the case, then there's only one possible conclusion we can draw. You, Miss Kira, were entirely capable of seeing your attacker's face. Oh, you know who it is. I bet I know who it is, too. I bet they're in this very courtroom, aren't they?
Why is that? I didn't...
It's simple. You even said it yourself. Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see this robe. That means, Miss Kira, there is a piece of this puzzle only you could possibly know. And there's a reason you're not telling. Almost like you know who it is. Only you can tell us the identity of the person who entered the bell tower and attacked you tonight. Don't do it. Come on, Kira.
I can't tell you. No matter what happens, I just can't tell you no matter what.
Get up. You see, everyone? This witness has been covering up for someone from the very start of this trial. What? But luckily for us, we won't be needing any more of Miss Kira's testimony. Because the answer is staring us right in the face. I'm speaking, of course, about the true identity of Miss Kira's attacker. All the clues so far point to this one person. Defender, I take it you're prepared to prove such a serious accusation? Oh, you bet I am. I am. Alright, looks like it all comes down to this. Now we'll finally see who's been pulling the strings this whole time. Finally! Very well, defender. Tell the court. Who was the one responsible for attacking the witness and locking her up on the top floor of the bell tower? I know it opened on her because she was the last person I was looking at in the profiles, but I just think it's really funny. It was Eve, Your Honor. Eve did it. I don't know why she did it. Professor Layton. Imagine after all this. Yeah, it was a spell though. She did it. It's always the cat. The storyteller. He's actually alive. He is actually alive. Yeah, I think we know who it is.
Take that.
The answer is obvious, Your Honor. It was you, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Does your first name happen to be Bazella by any chance? What? Lies beget more lies. Phoenix remembering what Mia taught him after all these years. Order! Order! Order in the court! Inconceivable, there's no way. I must say, defender, your courage is impressive, however reckless you may be. Accusing a High Inquisitor is no small feat, I assure you. However, with serious accusations comes serious consequences. One small misstep, and I will personally see that you never set foot in this courtroom ever again. Mark my words, defender. I understand. Thank God I don't want to be in this courtroom ever again. My, how confident. So you wait. You said never step foot in this courtroom, so I can step foot in the other courtroom? Because this is just a temporary one. In case you forgot, High Inquisitor Darklaw. My, how confident. Let us see if that confidence of yours is well justified. Miss Kira's attacker drugged her with sleep medicine. This is the last trial in this game. I won't be in this courtroom ever again. It likely took no more than a few seconds for her to lose consciousness. The medicine must have been very potent. True. After all, its effects appear somewhat similar to magic. There's only one person I can think of in all of Labyrinthia who could supply you with that kind of medicine. The alchemist? Sir Newton Belduke. Okay.
Objection.
Defender, you are aware that Sir Belduke has been deceased for over 3 months now, are you not? He's dead, and dead people don't come back. Au contraire, Darklaw. I have met many a dead person in my time. That's a fact I'm well aware of, believe me. While he was still alive, Sir Belduke provided the citizens of this town with a variety of medicines for whatever ailed them. Oh, Belduke, I just can't sleep. No matter how much medicine you give me, I just can't sleep. I need more. But it wasn't all just medicine. He also created some very dangerous concoctions. Have you ever heard of the Karine channeling technique? That's why, after he passed away, all of his medicines and creations were confiscated. Confiscated? Inquisitor Barnum said as much in the last witch trial. The victim was an alchemist after all. We were hoping the items confiscated from his study could provide some clues. Besides, such things must not fall into the wrong hands. It may not be standard practice, but it was deemed necessary. The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vault. Oh, are they now? Where anybody could take them? The only person who has access to them is the High Inquisitor, Lady Darklaw. Oh my god! It really only can be her, huh? Oh, Darklaw. Oh.
Objection!
So because I have access to the medicine, I must be the one that used it? Not only do you have access to it, you're the only one that has access to it. Is that what you are getting at, Defender? That's right. Yeah. Nailed it. Unfortunately for you, I would hardly call that proof. You said it yourself. Sir Belduc concocted a plethora of dangerous medicines in his efforts to assist the people of the town. He was well known for this fact, a fact that he no doubt was none too pleased with. As such, it is highly likely that those dangerous substances are still scattered throughout the town. And therefore, Defender, it is entirely possible that the culprit was able to get their hands on such dangerous medicine. Indeed. Long has Sir Belduc's medicine played an active part in maintaining the health of this town's citizens. A lot of these animations are beta animations for Van Zeeks. Oh, that's awesome. There is plenty of reason to believe some of his more dangerous medicines still remain within Labyrinthia. A piece of advice, Defender. The next time you speak in court, I recommend you try procuring some real evidence before spouting such idiotic accusations. Never! That is my specialty, ma'am! If you fail to do so, your next words will be ushered to the flames. I don't mean like really, but her point animation there is basically his point. Oh, I can see it, yeah. Figures. I knew she wouldn't take that argument sitting down. Both High Inquisitor Darklaw and Inquisitor Bond are the very harbingers of justice within Labyrinthia, except her hand is pointed the opposite direction. Raising such an accusation against either of them without valid reason will result in the most severe of punishments. What does he mean by the most severe of punishments? I don't know, Maya. What do you think? What do you think he means by the most severe of punishments? I think the judge is saying that if I don't start making a case, we're gonna be paying Sir Belduc a visit real soon. I need to present some decisive evidence and fast. Pretty sure I should be able to do that much. Sure. Sure. High Inquisitor Darklaw is the attacker, and the one thing that proves it is a piece of evidence, someone's profile. Darklaw herself. Her neck! Her neck! Show me your neck, lady! The defense believes there is one clue here linking High Inquisitor Darklaw to the crime. If you fail this, you will go with the fire. Maya, the face trial by fire mean anything to you? High Inquisitor? That clue is actually still on you right now. Oh, where's Apollo Justice? What is he, like, probably like a teenager? Get him in here. I see that little habit of yours, touching your neck. On me. I must admit, I do not know where you are going with this, Defender, but please point out this clue to the court. Show us this clue, supposedly still on the High Inquisitor's person. Your Honor, I need to perceive... I need to perceive the Inquisitor. He's in California junior high right now. It's on her neck.
Got it.
The High Inquisitor's neck? You don't mean... Miss Kira yanked this pendant off of her attacker's neck. Take a look at the necklace. It still has a bit of blood left on it. Yeah, keep touching it, lady. We just perceived you. According to her earlier testimony when Miss Kira pulled at the necklace, she supposedly felt herself scratch the attacker's neck. Is that correct, Miss Kira?
Yes.
Therefore, the attacker should still have a mark on their neck from being scratched. The one junior high school in all of Japanifornia. Oh. Would you mind letting the court take a look at your neck, High Inquisitor Darklaw? I'm pretty sure that underneath that high collar we'll find exactly the mark we're looking for. Along with everyone's favorite villain, Alita Tiala. I was just thinking of her with the neck thing. Unless, of course, you were able to get rid of it with magic. Were you?
Most impressive.
What?
I have to say, Defender, you managed to finally hone that dull blade of yours into something of use. You are correct. There is, in fact, a mark on my neck that I did receive tonight.
The magic of foundation. What? What?
Lady Darklaw? What is the meaning of this?
Does that mean Lady Darklaw is
The Great Witch?
X the Everything app showed us the nasty toe prints on her heels again? I saw that. Your Honor? Oh. Yes, I see you're still here, Defender. Sorry, I'm having a crisis. With a comment like how gross were her feet. Your Honor, I know you're shocked and everything, but come on, work with me here. Your Honor, the defense would like to call High Inquisitor Darklaw to the witness stand. What did you just say? It's quite clear the High Inquisitor has some connection to what transpired tonight. And what's more, there is a chance that she used her position of authority as High Inquisitor to frame my client as the Great Witch. But never in all my years as judge of this court has an Inquisitor been asked to take the stand in the middle of a trial. It's not that unlikely. Well, we're going to have to make some history here if we're finally going to find the truth, Your Honor. Even so, this trial cannot continue with any further without an Inquisitor. Is that why this chapter is called The Final Inquisitor?
Hey, in that case, how about you get Inquisitor Barn?
No! He's a traitor!
Inquisitor Barnum remains incarcerated in the underground dungeons for the crime of treason against the storyteller.
Bring him in! Bring in the professor! Where is he? Is he gonna jump down from the rafters? It's been a while since somebody's done that.
I don't think he'll be able to make it to this party.
Aw, poor Barnum. He wasn't invited.
No way. Most regrettable, Defender.
Oh, the little pacing!
This whole thing is hopeless. Unless High Inquisitor Darklaw takes to the witness stand, Aspella will be done for, and the truth along with her. But on the other hand, without an Inquisitor on the other side,
You guys only have 2 Inquisitors? It is Amir. Prosecutor Amir.
this trial can't continue and the outcome would end up the same. What should I do?
Hold it.
Yes! Let's go, Layton! Where is he? Please tell me he's up. Oh no, he's just walking in.
I believe I can fill that role.
Oh my god.
Professor, wait, what are you saying?
I can prove conclusively
Hmm.
that Aspella Cantor is, in fact, the Great Witch Bazella.
Oh, Professor, what do you mean?
Oh, Mr. Wright, the time has come at last to settle this once and for all.
We've been waiting for the professor to show up.
And then he comes and does this.
If there was anyone who could find some decisive evidence to win this thing, it was him. However, he ended up standing behind the Inquisitor's bench.
Well,
To be fair, Phoenix, somebody needed to stand on the Inquisitor's bench. I'm not that mad at him. I think he's doing it for a reason.
The professor wasn't on our side here. I had to wonder what the heck was going to happen.
what the heck? To be continued. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. I titled this stream Layton versus Wright. We're gonna get some Layton versus Wright. Chapter 9. Layton.
Professor? But what are you doing?
What am I doing, Mr. Wright?
What am I doing?
Yeah, you were supposed to show up with some decisive evidence and save the day, Professor.
What is this? He's like Riker in the trial of data.
I'm afraid my only concern here is the truth.
He has to do his best to prove something he personally does not believe.
The truth?
He's pulling a Miles Edgeworth, Phoenix. He's pulling a Miles Edgeworth. He's working with you by working against
The
you.
identity of the Great Witch, Espella Cantabella. If seeking the truth requires us to stand on opposite sides of the courtroom.
He's pulling an Edgeworth, Phoenix. Can you see? He's trying to like say it to you. He's like, we need to be on opposite sides for this to happen. To get the truth, buddy. We're on the right side here, don't worry.
Then so be it.
Hey!
You to defend Miss Cantabella with everything you've got, Mr. Wright.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Layton. Do you get it now? Do you get it now, right? DMG Riker was forced to prosecute the argument that his friend, the android Data, is in fact just a machine and not worthy of human rights. Oh! Court is now back in session. Are you prepared, High Inquisitor? No. So long as I remain on the witness stand, I am no longer High Inquisitor. Simply Darklaw will suffice. Miss Darklaw, I'd like to just confirm something. We don't get Layton's, evidence. A moment ago, we established that you were in fact present at the bell tower during the time of the incident. That makes a total of 3 people at the scene. It would appear that was the case. However, you managed to stay hidden from 10 different guards. With the help of this right here, which means you're from Eldritch Woods. Data, after this trial, goes up and thanks him for taking the worst job in the episode. Oh. The robe of invisibility? In other words, there is every reason to be suspicious of your actions tonight. Lady Darklaw, well, I cannot believe you would deceive us in such a way. I ask that you tell the court what happened at the time of the incident. Very well. Kira's still here. I bet she's gonna have some chiming in at some point. The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to assure nothing was amiss. As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went to investigate. I had my own reasons for not allowing any of those vigilantes to see me. I climbed the stairs up the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them. So you saw her? So you saw her, which means you are a member of Eldritch Woods because she was also wearing a robe. You apprehended the intruder? While I hold the position of High Inquisitor, there are often times when I must partake in various secret tasks unbeknownst to the citizens of Labyrinthia. One of those tasks being ensuring the security of the storyteller. Security? As such, there was nothing odd nor suspicious about my actions tonight. I see. Defender, you may now begin your interrogation. Layton! Okay, I got some questions. A pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye.
Hold it!
Those must have been Miss Gitta's footsteps from when she snuck into the bell tower, right? Indeed. The ground outside was quite muddy after the rain, so her footprints were easily visible. Right. According to the vigilante's testimony, they thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but it turned out they weren't hers. What motives and thoughts lay behind those beady eyes? That's right. Her footprint would have contained a mark where her stiletto had been. But the footprints I saw at the bell tower contained no heel mark at all. And you stepped inside those footprints on your way up to the stairs so as not to leave your own and risk being detected, correct? Exactly. At that time, my main task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was of the utmost importance that no one knew of my presence there. Had the town people noticed your presence there, it would undoubtedly have raised some suspicion. Where's Luke? That just registered for me. Indeed. So naturally, that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask any traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints. Where indeed? I see. A clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself. Is there anything off about her testimony just now? Yeah, sure. Probably. Miss Darklaw, I just noticed something in your testimony that's very relevant to the case. The defense requests you amend your testimony. You just can't help letting that ridiculous imagination of yours run wild, can you? The Inquisition has no objections. Thank you, Layton. Very well. The witness will amend her testimony. There was no heel on the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footsteps to them as much as possible. There was no heel. There was no heel, you say?
Objection!
What I have here is a sketch of the footprints left at the bell tower. So tell me, Miss Darklaw, are these your footprints in the sketch? It would appear so. That's not a yes. That's an I guess. I would never mean to offend the hard work of Labyrinthia's vigilantes, but tonight's task was mine, and mine alone. Okay, when you put it that way, I can't help but notice a contradiction. What did you say? Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. When you climbed the stairs, the footprints had no heel, so you try to match your footsteps to them as far as possible. However, if you look at the actual footprints that were left behind, you can clearly see that not only is the heel present, but so is the entire foot. If you're trying so hard to step on the footprints already there, then the footprints in this sketch shouldn't have heel marks. That is very true, although I do not think such a small detail is of much importance in the long run. I agree it's a small detail, Your Honor, but that's not all I noticed. There was something very telling about Miss Darklaw's testimony. Telling, you say? She stated that she stepped onto the footprints that were already at the scene in order to disguise her presence. Now, there's something strange there. Specifically, why were these footprints left at the crime scene in the first place?
Objection.
Oh, Layton. Mr. Wright. Yes, Professor? Tell me, can you show the court why this is seemingly minor detail is odd? I can't exactly do that at the moment. Just give me a second, Professor. Hold on. We're working through it. Who can say whether or not these footprints are indeed worthy of concern? And if it is an issue, then what exactly are the implications? That, above all, is what you must answer, Mr. Wright. I do not believe you can assert that this is a blatant contradiction at this time. Okay, fine, buddy. Ugh, there he goes again, flexing that amazing brain of his. What is it, Miss Kira?
Oh, it's nothing, really.
What the heck was that about?
Looked like Kira definitely had something she wanted to say just now.
It would appear the witness has nothing to add. Lady Darklaw, will you please continue with your testimony? Of course. Anyway, Darklaw shouldn't be able to explain her way out of trouble much longer. There's gotta be something more to those footprints, but what? Okay.
Hold it!
And what were those reasons? They relate to protecting the storyteller. It was something I was to carry out at that particular time. Did it perhaps have something to do with what was already decided upon in this story? The storyteller's word is absolute. Therefore, any and all those who make an attempt to alter his will must be dealt with immediately. I think Kira has something to say.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Kira. Witness?
Yes.
Figures. She really doesn't remember her own name. You seem to be deep in thought about something. Did you remember anything regarding the High Inquisitor's testimony?
No, I'm sorry. Nothing in particular. It's just, I'm a little disappointed in myself.
Disappointed?
I traveled all the way here to Labyrinthia in order to fulfill my mission, but all I managed to do was fail and end up being captured.
Regardless of your own failure, Miss Kira, the storyteller did die, as was foretold, did he not? Layton's just keeping that card that he's alive to his chest.
Tonight, as the rain came pouring down over the town, I arrived at my designated location. Naturally, the bell tower was surrounded by guards on patrol. 10 to be exact. I was nervous.
She must be talking about the vigilantes.
Just relax. You'll be fine so long as you're wearing this robe, I kept telling myself. Little did I know I was wrong. But none of this would have happened if I was just a little bit more careful.
Enough. I would be thinking more about atoning for your past crimes and less about what would have been if I were you. Could have been if I were you. Is there anything wrong with Kira's testimony? Sure. Hold on a second. 1 second. About your testimony, Miss Kira. You were thinking to yourself that so long as you had your robe on, you would be fine.
But Darklaw saw you, which means she's from Eldritch Woods. Yes, that's right, I was.
So basically you were wearing the robe the whole time you were on the top floor of the bell tower. Is that right?
Yes, I had it on the entire time. That is until I was attacked. And my robe was ripped off by the wind.
Miss Kidda, this is the first time we've heard any mention of this information. I thought we just assumed it. She said she was wearing the robe earlier.
Is that so? I think I must have forgotten.
Your Honor, perhaps we should update this piece of evidence in the court record. Right you are. Lady Darklaw, please continue your testimony. I climbed up the stairs of the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them. Did you now?
Objection!
So the person you saw when you entered the bell tower was actually Miss Kira? The only problem with that is that it would have been impossible. What are you talking about, defender? Miss Kira, or should I say the witness, stated that while she was waiting on the upper floor of the tower, she was wearing her invisibility robe. Therefore, there's no way Miss Darklaw would have been able to see the witness. Oh, you're quite right. Anyone wearing this robe becomes invisible. Right, but there is just one particular group that can see anyone dressed in this robe. And who is that exactly? Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see the robe. If you're from the Eldritch Woods, then you'll have absolutely no problem seeing this thing.
Objection.
So, what you are saying, Mr. Wright, is that Miss Darklaw here actually hails from the Eldritch Woods. Is that correct? And that she knew this girl prior to tonight? That's right, Professor. What is this? Nice. A most impressive display, Mr. Wright. However, there is one detail that you appear to have overlooked. Something I overlooked? You say Miss Darklaw saw something she should not have been able to see. However, the truth is that there is one other possibility as to what occurred tonight. Did he just say what I think he said? It's rather easy to work out. Quite simply, the witness was not wearing the robe in the first place. She said she was. What are you talking about, Inquisitor? This witness has proven her memory of tonight's events to be quite unreliable. That's fair. Fair, I guess. I believe that by the time she climbed the bell tower, she had, in fact, already removed her robe. Why?
What? Why would I do that?
'Tis as you say, Inquisitor. As you can see, Defender, your assertion is mere speculation at best. Your little witness here has been lying to the court this entire time. It's as simple as that.
I'm a liar. That's enough.
Oh, Miss Kira?
Lady Darklaw, how could you?
Nice, Kira! Let's go!
How could you simply abandon us? How could you betray us?
Get her! Destroy her, Kira! Betray? Witness, what is the meaning of this?
Lady Darklaw, you are the mistress of the Eldritch Woods. You are the one responsible for handing us our tasks.
Please, keep exposing her! Oh my gosh, Kira, pop off! What? This judge is gonna have a heart attack. This wretched girl is nothing more than a detestable spawn of magic. Her words cannot be taken seriously. Layton did that on purpose with just the right amount of pressure. People of Labyrinthia, I ask you,
What am I if not a loyal daughter of this fair town? No, you're lying, Lady Darklaw. When I was waiting up there at the top of the bell tower, I was most certainly wearing that robe. Lady Darklaw, you were also wearing a similar robe, were you not? Don't you remember?
She's like, shut the hell up.
What nonsense. I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. I simply managed to sneak right by those makeshift guards. 'Twas not the most demanding of tasks for someone like me. Yes, you're right, that would be true. If you'd been sneaking around by yourself.
Ooh. By yourself? Witness, explain yourself. Enough.
Listen to me and listen well. Continue as you are, and I will see to it that this court be the last place in which you ever set foot. It matters not. The end is already nigh. After the events of today, I shouldn't even be here right now.
Miss Kira, you're saying that Miss Darklaw was not by herself at the time of the incident tonight?
That's right.
Ooh.
Lady Darklaw was wearing the invisibility robe, and underneath that robe was a young girl passed out on her back.
I knew it! Espella Cantabella. I knew it. I knew she would just drop there. Those thighs are doing some work. What? A girl? Could that be?
Yes, it was the very same girl imprisoned inside that cage up there.
You mean Espella Cantabella? Order! Order! So the accused was carried up the bell tower?
My lord, there is nothing left for me to say. 'Tis the word of the High Inquisitor versus that of a witch. Tell me, who would you sooner believe?
Objection.
Miss Darklaw, you of all people should be aware that this isn't a matter of believing or not believing. I'm afraid those are words that carry no meaning here. The only thing that carries any meaning here within the courtroom is evidence. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? Yes, absolutely, Professor.
Well now, things are beginning to heat up a little, are they not?
Fine. Tell me, Defender, have you the means to prove this assertion?
Do you actually think you can prove that I, the High Inquisitor of Labyrinthia, carried the accused into the bell tower?
From the looks of it, Miss Kira was supposed to keep quiet about Darklaw's little secret. But she couldn't deal with all of Darklaw's denials and finally found the guts to chime in. I can't let Kira's efforts go to waste. I don't care what stands in my way, I'm going to find the truth. Your Honor, the defense wishes to present evidence proving that Miss Darklaw did, in fact, carry my client up the tower. Very well, Defender. You may present your evidence. Show us the evidence that proves Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the tower. No, no, no. 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 Probably. The only thing that makes sense is the footprints. Other than that, I have no idea.
Take that!
Yay! There was something in your testimony just now that I'm not buying. And that's the footprints that were left at the bell tower.
Did I not just finish admitting that those were my footprints?
Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. There was no heel in the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footsteps to them as far as possible. Yes, but you left a heel. You left a heel, lady. However, the reality is, the footprints pictured in the sketch actually do contain a heel. That means something must have prevented you from being able to tiptoe along the footprints that were already there. Prevented? Ah, you mean. That's right, Your Honor. Miss Darklaw, when you climbed up the bell tower tonight, You must have been carrying Miss Cantabella on your back. Is that correct? If you remember, it rained quite heavily tonight. That means the stairs must have been quite slippery. With your 2 hands occupied carrying my client, there would be no safe way for you to tiptoe up the stairs without falling. That right there is the truth behind the footsteps on the staircase. Lady Darklaw, you... Fine. I admit it. It is as you say. I donned the robe and made my way up the tower. But I was not alone. I carried both Espella Cantabella and her little friend up the tower with me. Darklaw can live, dang. Little friend, Eve. That black-furred creature of hers. The thing is nary ever a second from her side.
Oh, she must mean Eve.
When I arrived at the top of the tower, I saw this girl already there and called out to her.
I was very shocked to see the mistress show up in person like that.
The girl's presence was an inconvenience, so I immediately put her to sleep. Okay, wait, so you gave her the task to show up there? You gave her the task to show up. And then get mad that she's there. Girl. Believe it or not, it's just like you said, Defender. I used what remained of Belduke's medicine to put the girl out of the picture. And that's when Miss Kira put up a fight and pulled this pendant right off your neck, correct? That's right. I cannot fathom it. That would mean this pendant actually belongs to you, Miss Lady Darklaw? I saw someone suggest once that while this was going on, Firio Tigre is currently failing to defend Maggie Bird in trial. That's hilarious. I just have one question, Miss Darklaw. Why? Why take Espella up the tower? Go on. Tell us, Darklaw. Why? Why render her unconscious? Why go through the trouble of sneaking past the guards? What exactly was your aim in all of this? I am in no way obliged to answer that question, Defender. Yeah, that is the fan theory for where this game falls in the timeline. That's hilarious. I love that. What? What makes you say that? Simple. None of this has any relevance to the case at hand. That is why.
Objection!
Miss Darklaw, you rendered the witness unconscious and locked her up at the top of the bell tower. I'd say that is more than a little relevant.
Objection.
It'd be why Maya's constantly saying Zavari since that trial just happened. That's awesome. Your Honor, if I may. The Inquisition believes the defense's question to be irrelevant to the current case. What? Professor? What are you saying? It would seem the defense has forgotten a very important point. Namely, the point of this, Mr. Wright. Huh? The aim of this trial is to find the identity of the Great Witch Bezella. Whether or not Miss Darklaw locked the witness at the top of the bell tower is hardly relevant to the purpose of this trial. I disagree, but okay. But there is one thing that is very clear. Neither Miss Darklaw nor this witness could possibly be Bezella. What? If either one of the two were Bezella, then there would be no need for them to have used this robe of invisibility. Sure. That's fair. They cannot use any magic, therefore it is inconceivable that either of them could be the Great Witch. A rather straightforward argument if there ever was one. At the time of the incident, there was 3 people present. Of those 3, 2 used the robe of invisibility to vanish from sight, leaving only one person indeed, Miss Cantabella. With this in mind, the larger question is, who is Bezella? Is that not obvious? The accused Espella Cantabella is the only possible answer. Besides, the accused voice was heard by all of the townspeople chanting the spell Grand Worm.
Objection!
Not so fast! I happen to think these witnesses are extremely relevant to this trial. Did you forget about Miss Kira? She supposedly took a one-way trip into that pit of fire over there. And yet, here she is in one piece, testifying that she returned in order to kill the ruler of Labyrinthia, the storyteller. Then there's Miss Darklaw, who rendered the defendant unconscious and proceeded to transport her up the bell tower. I'd say there's more than enough reason to investigate who these two really are. Only to discover that they are not, in fact, the Great Witch Bezella. I'm saying there's a possibility that these two are somehow related to Bezella. The court will now announce its thoughts on the matter. Stop squabbling! I must say, what Inquisitor Layton has stated certainly does ring true. I like how they just let Layton be the Inquisitor. Like, they're not like, what qualifications do you have? Just like, yeah, the guy who turned to gold last time we saw him. And who goes around solving puzzles in our towns. Sure, he could be Inquisitor, I guess. However, Lady Darklaw, I have one question I must ask you. What exactly were you hoping to accomplish here tonight? What is your goal? What is your aim? I assure you, 'twas not my intent to deceive the good citizens of Labyrinthia. However, I must now reveal the truth to you all. Oh, really? What did she say?
You don't think Lady Darklaw is in league with the witches, do you?
She can't be. She's the one that saw to the witch's demise. Lady Darklaw, are you saying that you're... That's right, my lord. I am a shade. A shade? Lady Darklaw, will you please tell the court what exactly you mean when you say shade? Yes, of course. I grow weary of standing behind this bench. I'll tell you all I can. What the heck is she trying to pull? Why testify about something that could potentially undermine your credibility? Okay. Shades. Shades live outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them, I am known as the Great Witch. She admitted it! She's Bezella. Lock her up! Those that are put to the flames in the witch trials become shades who live their lives in the woods.
We exist to carry out tasks given to us by our mistress, the Great Witch herself. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit.
Okay. But what on earth? A High Inquisitor Darklaw, you just admit you're a witch? Do you mean to say that not only are you a witch, but you are the Great Witch? But that you're the Great Witch? Unbelievable. Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch.
The Great Witch? Doesn't that mean she's Bezella?
That's right. Lady Darklaw is Bezella. I do hope you have not forgotten what we established only moments ago. It is not possible for Miss Darklaw to be Bezella. But Inquisitor Layton, surely the testimony just now proves it. She just admitted it. I am afraid that in the heat of such revelations, you have all misheard the information. 'Tis pointless. This is the extent of what the people of this town will believe. I believe the truth will become clear during our cross-examination. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? Defender, you may begin your interrogation. For sure. But unfortunately, I do have to go.
Special court.
So, my friends,
Thank you very much for joining me on stream today.
this has been an absolute blast. Oh my goodness. We are almost at the end. We are beating this game next week. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh snap. Cliffhanger. Bye! Who would I be if I didn't leave myself on a cliffhanger to think about all weekend? Thank you guys for being here.
It's been an absolute blast, and I'll see you guys next week where we're gonna beat the game. Oh my gosh!
And then we get to start Ghost Trick, probably. Ooh, Ghost Trick. Sending you all off.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.